Why did you want to direct a big Marvel Studios superhero film?
um, I mean, I honestly didn't initially want to direct a big Marvel superhero film until I saw the announcement of this particular character. And there was something about this character that gripped me. And I felt like I had to take a meeting with Marvel. And as soon as I was sat down with Jonathan Schwartz, our producer, and heard his thoughts on the character and the direction they were already wanting to take it, I just felt pretty aligned with that vision, and it got me very excited to be a part of the process.
What was your vision for the film?
I wanted to create a character that my childhood self could be proud of. I wanted to create a superhero that my two sons can look up to. Um, and I wanted to create a world of characters that I, I could relate to as an Asian American. Our co-writer Dave Callahan could relate to as a Chinese American. We wanted to fill this world with characters that felt like our friends and our family, and watch them go through struggles and deal with their own inner conflict in a way that was relatable to all of our journeys. And that was the main focus of what we were after in tackling this movie.
What was most impressive about Marvel Studios' filmmaking style, and why was that important to you as a director?
Marvel Studios has a very unique way of working, and um, it is surprisingly really fun. I mean, you imagine that working on movies of this size would just feel like a lot of pressure and stress. But the way that the studio works is not really rooted in fear. It's rooted in exploration, where risk taking is encouraged, and there there really isn't a hierarchy where one person has all the ideas and everybody else needs to shut up and follow. This is an environment where the best idea rises to the top, even if that idea comes from an intern or a PA. And that's, to me, the healthiest type of environment to be creative in. I think when you're making a movie like this, we as audiences go to watch movies like this because we want to have fun, because we want to be reminded of that childlike play and imagination and just playing make believe in a sandbox. And you can't really make movies that do that for an audience unless you are encouraging that in the creative process. And that's what it felt like making this movie so many times. I just could not, I couldn't believe that I was getting paid to do it, because it didn't feel like work. It felt like play. It felt like make believe, and I feel very lucky to have been a part of it.
What was it like working with some of the most famous stars of Asian cinema?
Working with stars like Tony Leung and Michelle Yeoh was it was very intimidating for me until I met them. I had worked them up in my head to be, on a very high pedestal, and what I found, which was surprising, was they actually surpassed the pedestal that I had put them on. Not only in their work ethic, not only in their talent and their ability to sink into a performance in a way that just blew all of us away on set. Um, but they also surpassed that legend status in my head because they were so grounded and so kind, so gentle and respectful to everybody around them, and so full of joy and excitement for the work. They they were a huge reason why we had such a fun and exciting time on set, because these people that we looked up to since since we were young were were telling us that it's okay to have fun, it's okay to explore, it's okay to have a good time on set, because that's what we're all trying to tap into. And it was really such a joy to be able to explore this story alongside them.
What do you hope audiences take away from this film?
I hope when an audience sees this movie in a theater, they will be transported to a fantastical place and taken on a fantastical journey. Um, I do hope that there is a level of healthy escapism that comes from stepping out of our lives and sitting in a theater for 2 hours to experience something. But on top of that, I hope that an audience sees sees the underlying themes and the emotional ride of these characters, and find something in that they can relate to, that they can take with them when they leave the theater, that they can apply to, you know, their own struggles and their own pains that we're all working through. Um, and I hope you leave the theater feeling a little boost of joy, a little boost of optimism, and like Shang-Chi has taken his own pain and his own struggle and flipped it on its head and turned it into a strength. I hope an audience can walk out of a theater doing a little of the same.
And the last question. Sorry. If you could describe the movie in one word, what would that word be and why?
If I could describe this film in one word, it would be family. Um, I think that word conjures a lot of emotions to anybody who hears it, because we all immediately think of the people that we are connected to the most. I think along with family comes some of the most joyous moments of our lives, and also comes a lot of pain and struggle. And this movie at its core is all about a family that is learning to deal with the pain of their past, and learning how to come back together after being shattered by something that was fairly tragic. Um, Family is something that is incredibly important to me, and even while we were on set, because of the subject matter that we were exploring, a lot of the conversations naturally led to people talking about their own families and how they are relating to the characters in this movie. And I don't know. I think even in the MCU, the community that is created through the fans of Marvel, there is a larger family that is created between the dialogue that fans have with each other and the dialogue that they have with the movies, each new movie that comes out. And there is something really special to now feel like I have become a part of that family, and all of these new characters in this movie are now a part of that family. And I cannot wait for everybody to experience that.
Wonderful. Thank you.